Welcome to another episode of Ballas Union. We got BTG is back.
Ooh, I
Back,
come out first. That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? He came back, you know what I'm saying? Our starting point guard is back. We about to make this playoff run. We about to make history.
I was out because of COVID.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? CP, you know what I'm saying, became a better player because he was holding down both duties while he was gone.
I was already good.
Yeah, but now you're great.
Well, the ceiling was the roof already. So
Yeah.
the ceiling was the okay. I like Michael Jordan.
Yep. We got Goldine on the wing.
Yes,
You know
sir.
You know what I'm saying? Smash holding down the paint.
As always.
You know and my job got a lot easier because now I could just sit in the corner and shoot threes. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we had everybody on this all together. How's everybody week been?
It's all good.
What day is it?
I'm on vacation.
Okay. Yep. 4th of July is coming up.
That's right.
All right. Let's get let's go ahead and get right into the main topic. The first discussion is they hate to see us win. There's been a lot of talk and a lot of disagreement from the NBA media, NBA fans, and a whole bunch of people that, last week didn't care, but all of a sudden that Jason Kidd and Chancey Billups got a head coaching job, all of a sudden they care. So they want to bring up start with Jason Kidd, all his domestic violence, which is true. Yes, he had allegations and he pleaded guilty for domestic violence, but this was over 20 years ago. So he's been 20 plus years without an incident. So yes, he was that person in the past. There's nothing to, I don't know, there's no way defending that he was that person, but, he went through the system, pleaded guilty, did his time, came back out, worked his way up to coaching, worked his way up to being back a top player again, also won a championship, and then worked his way up to be a coach, lost his head coaching job for disagreements, and then went the assistant route and got another head coaching job all over again. So, but
don't forget he had somebody smash into him, so he dropped his water on the court.
That was classic.
That was that move.
that was tactical. You know what I'm saying? That was tactical. A lot of coaches do that.
My question is, when is Sam Cassell gonna get a head coaching job? That's what I'm waiting on. That's what I want to know.
Oh, he's up next.
Yeah, he's up next.
What you mean? He's been up next for like the last 4 or 5 years. Chauncey comes out the daggone press box and get a head coaching job.
He was on the bench with the Clippers.
Chauncey is the only one who beat LeBron and Kobe. That's why he got a coaching job. He beat two greats. That's why.
Good point.
So he know how he going to Portland. Oh yeah, I'm about to hop up in this West, and I'm about to make sure you Laker cats and you Clipper cats and you the rest of these cats that's upcoming, because Portland was always in that middle pack trying to get him to the next level, and they know that he might be the best fit to get over that.
Well, I'm going on record right now and saying that he's gonna get Damian Lillard's gonna Thanos Portland because he's gonna get up out of there. So he's gonna have the same treatment that Houston got. And he's gonna have no stars to peel. Yeah, he's gonna be just like Silas, Silas. He's gonna get the same treatment because I don't think that's who Lillard wanted. I think he wanted somebody, but he hasn't said who. But I don't think that's the one that he wanted.
He wanted
Kid.
He wanted Kid.
Yeah, that's what he said he wanted.
He wanted the Bay Area connection.
Yeah.
So,
but you think so? Here's my question: not because Kid didn't get the job. You think Lillard would leave not because he didn't choose Chancey Billups, because of all the backlash of Chancey Billups' rape allegation that happened back in the day?
No. Because first of all, I think CJ's gone. Second of all, I think because of the generation that we're in, where as soon as you become famous, it's people's jobs. It feels like it's people's job to bring stuff up in your past. It just so happens that their past is already documented. Right. So it's almost like, let's get this out the way so we can move forward.
Exactly.
So I'm not even tripping about the 25 years since whatever, because we've already been through that. I mean, Kobe died, and there were people still trying to bring up, his Colorado stuff, and you just get it out the way so you can get on with the good stuff. It'd
I
be
want
one
Sam
thing.
Cassell with a job. That's
And
all.
a, and,
He's up
a, and a
next.
lot of people didn't even know about Chauncey Billups allegations.
No, they didn't. No, they
Nah.
didn't.
And
They
it's not
didn't.
going to, I don't want to make light of it, but it's not going to stick, because if you're a good person and whether you've rehabilitated yourself or whether you've shown yourself and your character to shine through, that little stuff starts falling off real quick. You can bring it up, but
Oh man.
it's a day's worth of information on a Tuesday in July when nobody wants to hear about baseball and Olympic trials. So you give somebody something to scream about for a minute, and then life goes on. By the
But
time the Clippers get washed tonight and he steps on the Blazers court, all will be forgiven. I don't want to say forgiven, but all will be forgotten.
Right.
Didn't CP, do you know of a owner of a franchise that got caught, I don't know,
yeah,
being naked in a place?
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
Well,
saying?
it was only for 15 minutes before a game.
And you know what? The crazy part is, then we got rappers showing up and dropping off cars and stuff to the owner,
Right.
stuff like that.
But that he's not the only one. What about the up in Indy, the owner for Indy with
Oh,
the
what? Yeah.
so it's a lot of it's a lot of it going on, but it's the fact that it's a man of color and they just trying to degrade them for getting their shine. I mean, everybody, if we dig deep enough, we can find something in all of our past,
Right.
but it's not what you were, it's who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Smash.
Right.
Remember that episode where you said, "Hey, BTG, didn't you used to game?"
Everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Wait a minute. But the media really got to ask themselves, like, what is the purpose, though?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can see if Chauncey Billups and Jason Kidd had been out of a job, period. Chauncey Billups has been on ESPN. Jason Kidd
He's on right now.
He had a coaching gig before, and so these cats got hired after the allegations, and this was 20 years ago. So I need to know. I need to understand, what is the purpose of bringing that up? How does that even affect him? The X's and O's. I don't understand it.
Right.
I feel like this paying
I'll
a
give you
toll.
right. The reason right now. The reason why they sold up in arms, and I was going at it with them on Facebook, in the Facebook group of the privilege. I'm calling them the privilege because they don't have to experience America the same way we experience America. But they're more upset that Becky Hammond didn't get a head coaching job.
And that's cool. And that's cool because.
But like, what's her resume though?
I mean, but
she got a resume.
There's a WNBA. What she go coach the WNBA? It's not like there's not opportunity for her. But
the thing is, we know what it is. It's just like America. They can't wait to see a woman in office. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As the top dog or whatever. Right. And the fact that she was one of the assistant coaches for the Spurs. Everybody know if you underdog, they just think you the next coming of Jesus.
Right.
You know what I mean? But by her being a woman, that's gonna amplify it. And yeah, I do want to see her be a head coach someday or whatever. Likewise. But if you had me choose between Becky and Billups, man, he what he did to us in 2004. I'm going with him.
Hey, what did he do in 2004? I can't remember.
They paid. So this is what they did. They paid Vegas or whatever. Mm-hmm. Vegas made that call and they shut everything down. I absolutely want to coach like that.
What team was that again?
Los Angeles?
No, the team that beat Los Angeles.
The champions. Detroit. That's what
Four of us knew where he was going. Just that last one didn't realize where he was going.
Welcome back, my brother. Welcome back, my brother.
Got off on that exit quick, didn't you?
Yeah, I tried to. I got to get back on the freeway because I heard y'all out there robbing cats, so they changed at the gas station.
Hey, I don't live in those parts no more, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
I live by the golf course.
And then Gio, I got into it with Sarah Spain just for a tad bit, but you know how she is on the internet. I didn't go back and forth with her because she had enough people going at her head. And I honestly believe if I did go back and forth with her, then I probably would have got suspended from Twitter again.
Yeah, most likely. Most likely.
Dang.
But yeah, I'm just upset all the time. All the time, a person of color actually get their just dues or earn their way up to a position. It's like they are always upset and like they didn't, like that person of color didn't deserve it or didn't earn it or didn't work hard for it, and they want to bring up some stuff that may not happen.
But did Chauncey earn it? Did he really earn it?
He did earn
What's
his
the
way.
criteria for earning though? I mean, at that point you have to define.
I'm just asking because I got some. I mean, I'm still I'm peeved about. I'm peeved about Sam Cassell getting looked over as a head coach. I mean, I want to understand what's wrong with his interview process or what's going on where Chauncey Billups comes out. He's only 2 years removed from the booth. And now he's a head coach.
But now you need to break down the criteria because if you go by the criteria, I'm pretty sure Sam Cassell don't come nowhere near close to Chauncey Billups.
Well, what you mean? You talking about on the court? You talking about on the court or off the court? You talking about on the court as coaching?
Off the court. I don't care off the court.
That's about on the court or coaching. Which one we talking about now?
Both.
So like a head coach, you got to wear many hats as a head coach. And Chauncey been an analyst, Chauncey been a coach, Chauncey been in the front office.
Can you call that man Chauncey?
Chauncey.
That's the Puerto Rican in him. He can't say Chancey. It's all. It's all a chance.
I'm waiting for the rapper to come out here.
Chance on chance.
Chance rapper got a brother.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups, man.
Oh man,
punk ass Chauncey, man.
Punk ass Chauncey.
Yeah, well, Billups. I'll say Billups. Billups, but he's he's been known as a great leader. You know what I'm saying? He got Rasheed Wallace under control. That's a hard feat.
I get that. I just, I'm cool to see a brother in office. I mean, in that spot. I just want to know what's wrong with Sam Cassell. I just want to understand what's wrong with him.
Maybe
he's been there for a while.
There's still spots open.
And we don't even know if he wants the job that's open.
Oh, he does.
Penny Hardaway just turned down the gig.
Now that shocked me a little bit.
I just knew he was gonna go to Orlando. That was a perfect fit.
Juwan Howard shut down opportunity coaching the NBA as well too. Because he didn't take interviews.
That's because he knows better.
Right.
Because he's in a prime. When you at Michigan, come on, man. That's like playing for the Lakers. I mean, coaching for the Lakers or coaching for the Celtics. That's just
who beat Michigan
creme de la creme
in the tournament.
Bad joke. Didn't work. Saw that one coming.
I would have known. I just would have known.
Michigan beat themselves.
I don't even know why you sitting up here asking for a criteria when we talking about a league that has no criteria for the Hall of Fame, and they let people like Chris Webber in.
Chris Webber, who went to Michigan.
Don't forget the super fan.
The super fan,
the
right?
Super fan. I mean, anybody can get in.
He's not even American.
Criteria goes out for the NBA, so we don't even need to talk about criteria. If you want to coach, you got a chance, OD.
To be honest with you, though, I think Sam Cassell was number 3, and they only had spots for 2.
I believe.
I don't think it's nothing else deeper than that.
I just want to see him get a chance, man. He's been around. He's been cut his teeth in the league as an assistant for years and years and years, and he came close with the Rockets, and it just didn't materialize. And then you have all these jobs opening up, and you would think that he would be pegged as a front runner. But just like you said, he's probably 3rd on that list, maybe. But if all this backlash is coming out, I can see why they don't want to put 3 of us in the office at the same time.
Yep. All right, moving along. Let's go ahead and get some shine to the WNBA.
Yeah, go ahead, GeauxDee.
Let the man finish, man. I'm 100% down with the WNBA, man. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I feel like you're about 90% down.
You sound like I got black friends.
I'm 100. Hey, I got a couple black friends. You got some white friends.
Right.
I'm down with it, man. Bring it, Gio. Bring it.
Yeah, Deanna Taurasi, she first WNBA player to score 9,000 points. And then there's been some controversy and this is the second time in the running about the WNBA Olympic team selection.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
NECA got played.
Yeah, she definitely got played. They want to claim because she was injured and didn't know she would be back in time. But we all know is that if you're from UConn, you trump who's ever better. Because in 2016 they did the same thing to Candace Parker.
I mean, and also in '92 they put a Duke player on instead of LSU player.
Oh yeah, I'm still pissed off about that one.
Hey,
I'm
Makes
still
sense
pissed
to
off
me.
about that one.
Makes sense to me.
I mean,
Nah,
I don't like Duke one bit, but I get it.
nobody likes Duke. I don't even think Duke likes Duke.
Yeah, and there's no Coach K now, so Duke is done. But
as long as he don't win in his glory year, I'm good.
Right. Now, he's going to the Final Four this season. He's going to get to the Final Four this season.
As long as he don't end at the final, man.
Right.
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 Let's wish that they go out in the Elite Eight. That's good for me.
Right. But yeah, what else? And then Candace Parker, she's my early round choice for MVP. Hey, Chicago Sky is undefeated when she plays.
You are a homer, dog. You are the biggest homer of all homers. Like, had Candace Parker been playing for any other team, you wouldn't be screaming this right now.
Gio, you know who's, if you want to talk about a system, and we don't even have to check stats, but you know who's gonna win? Sabrina.
Yeah, this is true.
Because she back from the knee injury that messed up her rookie season. She putting up work this year. She already had a game winner. She already had a triple double. They're gonna give it to her. If she doesn't earn it, they're gonna give it to her. If not, it's gonna go over to Seattle, and it's either gonna go to Stewie or Sue. And that's you don't even have to watch the rest of the season for that part.
You're right about that. And the WNBA All-Star have 7 first-time participant in the All-Star.
Right.
But yeah. And then let's go ahead. Oh, I was talking to my dude Cordell playing GTA. And you know what I'm saying?
Talking to me?
No, not you. Cordell the rapper.
I rap too, dog. No, I'm just
he was asking about why GeauxDee came at his girl like that, and I'm like, nah, he was just being devil's advocate, better for the views.
Nah, I wasn't being devil's advocate. Now let's set the record straight. Corday, let's understand something, my brother. I know you're tuning in. You're gonna tune in this episode, but let's understand something. Your girl can't play on natural surfaces. Now you see now here we go. Now you see she bowed out of the clay. Now why she bowed out of Wimbledon, which is a what? Natural surface. But next hard court, watch what I'm telling you now. Next hard court tournament, I bet you she played through.
Nah, I think she's taking the whole year off, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
And that would be the right thing to do because image-wise, that would play right.
I think she needs to say F you to all 4, or is it 4? Yeah, all 4
majors.
The majors.
Right. I'm just like, Cardi, just put music out, while she get in the studio and put on a track or something.
He said
Shut up and rap.
Yeah, the album's dropping soon. He also informed me about that. But shout out to Naomi because what she's doing, the Olympics just, put out that saying she don't have to do no interviews or talk with the media.
But why?
Because she said the whole purpose was for mental health. And we all know the tennis media be asking some off-the-wall questions to get you off your game.
But that's part of the game, Gio. I mean, that's what people fail to realize.
That's not part of the game to insult people.
I'm all for mental health. I'm all for mental health. Don't get me wrong, listeners. I'm not trying to degrade or take away from her plight to better herself, but that's part of the game. Mental warfare.
It's only part of the game because it's in the rules that they want you to talk to the media. So you shouldn't have to talk to the media.
Yeah.
Well, right. and when it comes to women's sports and to keep it relevant, you have even I'm going to say women's sports, in sports in general, to keep the players relevant, to keep the game relevant. That's part of the game. doing interviews
I will
part
agree
of
with
the
you if
game.
they talk
Kids
about
ain't
the
watching the
game.
post game. They watching the
Hey.
Gatorade commercials. They watching the Nike commercials.
Don't kill the messenger. The Gatorade guy want the Gatorade jug on the podium. The Coca-Cola guy want the Coca-Cola can on the podium. And that's just what it is.
I'm not killing the messenger. I'm killing the nigga that came with the messenger. All right. They don't have to talk to the media if they don't feel like it. They shouldn't have to do it.
It's
playing for. Who's she playing for? What country?
She's playing for Japan, right?
Oh well, that's why they want her to do it so they can so she can beat US and shut them up.
Take the year off. Naomi, take the year off. Take the year off.
I'll agree with you if they talked about the match or they talked about the sport, but every time they talk in tennis, they don't talk about the match. They don't talk about this. They talk about some off the wall stuff like
that's what they do in tennis. That's how tennis works, and that's part of the
not part of the game though.
That's part of the way tennis is made up. It's just the way tennis is made up.
So why is that cool?
It's
that's like saying when every time you go to work they call you the N-word. You bet. Well, that's part of me going to work.
That's different. Now see now ain't nobody call her a nigga now.
Well,
ain't nobody call her that.
BTG is wearing a Jackie Robinson shirt. So.
Come on, CP.
They call her that now. Ain't nobody calling out her name. So we're not gonna go there.
Man, they do though. Like they do. They go to that line without calling like, oh, why you only compare it to be like they only compare you to the. They don't care about your skills. They're like they only compare you to one of the greats because you're black. That's it, not because you're good.
Her stat line on natural surfaces is not good.
I'm not talking about the circle.
And they know, and her camp knows that they are going to harp on that. They were going to harp on that situation over and over and over again. And she's already come out to say that she has anxiety, social anxiety. She has depression, and that's going to play on her psyche. So she did the right thing by not playing. Perfect. Like CP say, she should sit out the rest of the season. Perfect. Get your mental game up and then return to tennis. Because on the court, you're a great player. You just hadn't been able to accomplish on natural surfaces what you had on hard surfaces. That's part of her game that she has to overcome. And if it takes her to take a step back, cool, take that step back and do it. But let's not throw away the fact that part of her game is that she can't play on natural surfaces. And part of her game is that you sit in those interviews and that mess with your psyche and that messes with your game. We can't throw that away. We can't throw that aside and say because she just don't want to do interviews, she shouldn't have to. But it's part of the nature, it's part of the beast. It's nature of the beast for her to have to do interviews. Everybody else do it, then she has to do it. So now they say now the rule goes, BTG, that they don't have to do any interviews anymore, then I'll throw that out the way. But
that don't make the rule right though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It don't make the rule wrong. If everybody else,
if everybody bothered them mentally, then it's wrong.
No, how? So how?
What do you care about humans?
No, I care about. Listen. I think you're missing where I'm coming from. I care about humans, and I care about her mental health, but I also care about the sport in itself. And if part of the sport,
the sport had never come before the person,
and that's why she bowed out. And I applaud her for bowing out to get her mental game straight. Now, when her mental game gets straight, she's going to come back and be a great tennis player. And hopefully, her mental game is on par with her physical game. That's part of it, right? What we always say about LeBron, he's not as mentally tough as Kobe, right? So that mental aspect,
that's not what we mean. What we mean is. When we compare LeBron and Kobe and Jordan, is that them niggas was crazy. They was built off of a different type of I want to say like passion than LeBron.
I get that.
Okay, I don't think LeBron was in a situation where he played scared. There are players who actually came out who played for Toronto and said, you know what I'm saying, we played scared or whatever. But outside of that, I don't think him mentally is actually scared of certain moments. He might be nervous or something like that, but not enough to, it doesn't mentally bother him to where he doesn't want to talk to the media. She's saying, I have anxiety and my mental is at an all-time low when I'm talking to these cats. Mm-hmm. These cats ain't a part of the game. Mm-hmm. I'm doing what I do on the court, and then I'm going to go and leave. You go to work and then you go home. You don't clock out and then go to the side and say, you know what? I did have a good day at work today.
But if it was
the
part
way
of
I,
if it
the
was
way
part
I
of
filled
my
out that
job,
paperwork, I did my job.
but
No,
if
you
it was
don't do that.
part of my job, I would have to do that.
There's
Or if not, I
certain-
would not have to do. Or not, I would have to take a leave of absence until I got that part of my game straight. I'm not again, guys. I'm not taking anything away from her mental health. She's recognized and identified that she has mental health issues that she needs to get straight. And this part, and in tennis, this has affected her mental health. I get that. But if everybody else is doing it, if everybody else is doing interviews, right, and that's part of the game, then she should have to be responsible to taking to that podium and dealing with those questions. There's nothing wrong with that, because early in the season she played all these hardcore tournaments and it was not an issue. It was never an issue. But now we come down to this big match, to this hurdle that she can't cross over. She can't cross over Wimbledon. She can't cross over the French Open because she doesn't play good on natural surfaces.
But
This
that's
has a
separate,
play.
though. You
No, it's
critiquing
not
her game,
separate.
You critiquing her game on what platform she plays on is separate than
No,
what
it's
she's
not.
dealing with
Because
after the
everybody knows. See, I mean, no, BTG. Because think about it.
Put me
If
on
we're
it.
playing a football game, and we both playing in the rain, do I get to complain about? Oh, I don't play good in the rain, so I'm gonna wait till the weather. I'm wait till the weather clears so we can continue this game. No,
That's why they have dome teams.
that
Right.
too. We're putting it on.
No, I get. GeauxDee, I get your point, but those are not they're not talking about the game when they talk to her. That's the issue.
But that's
at hand.
tennis.
No,
that's tennis, bro.
But like, I'll give you another example. Like, so we'll talk about
that she's bowing out because she can't play on certain platforms. That's what you're saying.
That's part of my argument.
But there's actual facts behind it.
Oh, that's facts behind it. Go look it up.
No. I'm not saying that there's no fact that she can't play on it. Are you telling me that she came out and say she can't play on it?
The stats itself tells you she can't play on the surface.
But what about? Go ahead. All I'm saying is, I think these two can be mutually exclusive. I think that because she knows she doesn't play well on certain courts, if those courts are coming up and she knows her mental health ain't where it needs to be, why would you jump into the next tournament knowing that this is probably going to be a bad look for you?
Right.
Now, I think she's going to sit out all four. But if the first two happen to be the ones where she normally struggles on, that makes perfect sense.
Right.
Because if I'm going to come back, let's at least let me come back in a place where I'm favorable. Don't let me come back in a place where I historically struggle, because even if my mental health was 100%, even if my body was 100%, for me to go out in a place where I don't perform my best is setting me up for a fail.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I mess around and lose in the first round, not don't win, but like get 6-love, 6-1 or whatever, I gotta talk to the media. Or if not, then I got, all this stuff stuck up my butt and I'm this, that, and the third. And I've set myself further back. So I feel like if anything, if I'm going to take a year off, I'm definitely going to start with the first two. Now that means in a year, I got to come back to that next tournament. But maybe, the Olympics is keeping her warm, while everything else is going on.
We'll see.
I think it can be both. I'll say that to say.
Yeah, and I'm not diminishing. Again, I'm not diminishing her plight to get comfortable in her skin and get her mental health game together. But we can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. That's just part of the process. If everybody else has to endure this, all I'm saying is that she has to endure it. And she took the right stance that I don't want to endure it, so I'm going to step away from the game. Not a lot of women tennis players have done it before her, stepped away from the game, came back and was able to have that mental capacity to deal with that situation. So Naomi, GeauxDee, don't sue me, don't kill me. But I'm just saying, that's part of the problem. Not the complete problem, but part of.
So when are we gonna start holding the media accountable for certain comments? Like, I'll use Kyrie, right? They'll go to Kyrie and say, like, oh, it must be great to have LeBron James on the team with you. He's like a father for you. Like, how are you gonna tell another grown man that the person that is only a couple years older than you is your father? Like, that's like a shot at the black community, saying that we don't have, like, saying black kids don't have fathers.
But she has one.
This is a sticky situation, Gio, and it's kind of like we want one thing when it plays into our favor, but we don't want it when it plays against us. You know what I'm saying?
And what would that be?
That would be so we're saying exclude the media. Don't put it on TV.
Hold
don't put it
media
on radio. Don't put it on nothing.
No,
just let them play the game.
The media can be cool if they just stop asking stupid questions.
But that's their job.
That's not their job.
That's their job, man.
Their job is to ask tough questions. Like their job is to ask about Billups' rape allegation. That's their job.
That's their job.
They're extra transparent about that. I agree with that for them to ask those questions.
Why?
But you know what I'm saying? That's their job to ask the tough question. So that could fall under a tough question. But it's not their job to belittle a man, you know what I'm saying, and to give a narrative that black kids don't have father.
Right. I'm not saying that for the media to get out there. I'm definitely agreeing that they shouldn't get out there. As long as you keep it about the game, it has its place. But when you start hitting personal, then we have a problem. So I agree with that.
Tennis do all the time, though.
But that's just the culture of tennis. That's just the way tennis runs.
That doesn't make it right.
But that doesn't make it wrong either, because everybody's enduring the same. Everybody's enduring the same mental warfare. Everybody's enduring it. She's not the only one that's enduring it. Everybody's enduring it. So we can't just.
But she's the only one that's dealing with it the way she wants to deal with it.
Or she's a pioneer. She's the only one.
She's not a pioneer. She's not a pioneer. There's been other tennis players that have the number one tennis player in women's tennis right now took 2 years off because of this mental warfare to get her mental game together to come back, and now she's the number one player in tennis. So she's not the first to do this.
Well, maybe something's wrong with the tennis media then. If
it is, we all agree with that.
I think it's something wrong with all the goddamn media.
Yeah, right.
We all agree with that, but I just don't want that. My whole thing. I don't want everybody to throw out the fact that she doesn't play well on natural surfaces. I just don't want that to be to not be. I don't want that to be overlooked, because that's part of the problem too.
Okay, let's go. Move on to the NBA playoffs. We have the Clippers versus the.
I got something I'd like to say.
You call that?
You should have said LA so BTG could say the Clippers.
I got something I'd like to say, and this is. I feel like Chris Paul gonna ruin it for the Suns.
Yeah, he is.
Wait, say it again.
I feel like he gonna ruin it for the Suns.
Hey, a Chris Paul led team, well, until now, never got past the second round.
I will say this.
Oh, here we come.
I will say this. This is what I've always said about CP3. If he's the third option on a championship contender team, they could win.
Okay.
If he's the third option.
Okay.
See, that's why when y'all try to come at me with that, look at what Blake Griffin is doing now, I try to tell y'all it's a lot different when you Superman and when you Aquaman. And on the Nets, he not even that. He the little dude on Captain Planet that got heart. So of course, he dunked. He got 7 points. He can get you 7. But if all we need from you is 7, that's one thing. But if we need 27 and you give me 7, that's a problem. So I'm not worried about that. So back to the Chris Paul thing. Them first 2 games, even though they had to do the tip dunk to win on that second game, these boys was playing all heart, all speed, all muscle. Aiden was doing things that we wanted him to do. Not that we didn't know he could do, but the things that that's why you went number 1. He was doing all that. Cameron Payne came out of nowhere. Crowder's playing aggressive ball. Like, they were clicking. Chris Paul came back, slowed it down. Now he's methodical. He's, the floor general. He's all that stuff. But, he's a step behind. He's older. He don't move the same. He's coming off of I would say injury, but we don't know what his lungs are doing.
What's the score right now?
They up 9 with 2 minutes to go in the half. But
he got to get his groove back. I mean,
he needs to pass the ball, because he kept shooting those mid range, and they're hitting.
6. Clippers just hit a 3, but like, I've watched these last couple games, and the first time, like game 3, I was like, okay, CP back, it's gonna be some stuff, and I was like, okay. And then the game that they won, he just not taking over like we think he's going to take over. I want the Suns to win, with these last 4 because, I want him to be able to have that on his resume and not, be in the Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing Hall of Fame.
BTG, explain his game to the world, BTG. Go ahead, explain him, because you beat my brow over this CP, over this Chris Paul, how he was going to fit on any team. So explain to the world how his game.
You mean in a good way or a bad way? Because I've been labeled as a Chris Paul hater.
Exactly. So go ahead and explain to the world how his game is going to affect them negatively or positively.
Oh, I didn't say that. CP said that.
No,
I think the chemistry is off. I'm not saying anything about his ability. Well, I guess I did, but the chemistry is off.
Yeah, he definitely killed the pace of the game for the rest of those guys.
But also, like, Pat Bev is being a dog on him.
Yeah, he is.
Like, Pat Bev is using the Chris Paul tricks on him. The student is taking over for the master, and I think it's going to come back to bite him in the butt. If Panoramic P decides to have another good game, if Marcus Morris decides to put the ball in the hoop, and the Suns keep trying to play through Paul, and Booker keeps trying to defer, either because he's hurt or because he's trying to show respect or deference, I think the Suns are going to find themselves in a game 7 that they don't want to be in.
Right. If Playoff P could hit some or Puzzle P, whichever one shows up that night, he hit some free throws.
Oh,
well, right now he potential P.
He potential. No, he's possible P.
He's 2 and a possible P.
He's 2 and a possible P. That's exactly what he is right now.
Yeah,
to be seen P. That's what he is.
Did y'all get the alert saying that Kawhi Leonard won't be he won't play for the rest of the series, but they haven't ruled him out
no,
if they make it to the finals?
Yeah.
No, but that's hilarious.
I think he comes back. I think he pull a Willis Reed and come back in game 7.
Willis Reed only had 4 points on the comeback.
But it's the threat of. It's the threat of.
That might get the team hype. But
yeah,
they got to get over this one right now.
I scored 4 points in high school before. It's not that big a deal.
You're right. And then on to the Eastern Conference. I know that's what Smash was waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ballas Union podcast. Now we're talking about something. Go ahead, Gio. What you talking about?
No, go ahead. You got the call.
No, you go ahead. I didn't hear what you were talking about.
We're talking about the Eastern Conference playoffs. So you could take over. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna.
I wanted to hear your intro. I wanted y'all to talk for my boys.
Okay.
Oh well, let me talk first.
I got it. Let me
You
start
sure
off.
you want somebody else to talk for you?
Not your hating ass.
Let me start off first. I will say, and like I've been saying all year long,
I know what you about to say too.
On and off wax, the Atlanta Hawks is a great team without Trae Young.
I knew you was about to say it.
And they proved it that last game.
You've been consistent with that.
I don't like how they made Trae Young better than Steph Curry.
Who made that?
Who's
they?
The media.
The media, the world.
The people you just defended 5 minutes ago?
I'm not defending them.
I can tell you why they did that, dude. Look who was in the playoffs, man.
They Trae Young is in the playoffs.
I mean, but like before, like all the teams that were in the playoffs, when the Lakers went out and BK and when Brooklyn went out, they didn't have nothing. So the NBA started scrambling, and then people started hyping up Trae Young because they need that watch. Yeah, so
that's star power.
Yeah. I will say Trae Young was hopping around an awful lot last night for somebody who's injured on their ankle.
Hey man, I told you
and that was a game time decision too.
Right. Yeah, that was a deep bone bruise.
I'll give
he's not that big. He's not that big.
I'll give the Hawks their credit, man.
Oh, am I recording? Hold on.
Yes, I give the Hawks their credit that those guys have stepped up and played great basketball with a bunch of role players, and for them to do what they're doing, it's phenomenal to see. Because that team, you think about that team, wasn't projected to be bottom, maybe 7th to 8th seed to make the playoffs, and for them to do what they're doing, I mean, you gotta get a hat. Tip the hats to them. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Tip the hats to Nate McMillan.
Yeah.
Yes.
But not only that though, I think what sparked it all is just like with Phoenix in a way, But I think even on a much larger scale, because we already knew the Lakers go as far as AD health. But when Atlanta played the Knicks being in the playoffs, that amplified everything. And then by them making Trey the villain of the guard now, that was a major part right there.
Right.
And they've been feeding off of that ever since. So
I mean, after they lost the game to the Clippers, and like Gio said, we don't give Nate McMillan enough credit, because the first thing he did when he walked into that locker room, the first thing he said was, guys, it's one game. We lost, let it go, regroup, and we're going to play again. There's another game. And that tells me that that little snippet tells me that he has the room calm and collected, and they're listening, they're understanding. So that for them to come back and turn around and be able to play without Trae Young and actually beat them decisively. They won the game. So that tells me he has a real calming factor to that team, and he deserves to be the head coach. He deserves it.
Hey, those Eastern teams must be so bad. You just called one of them the Clippers.
He did.
Well, I'm sorry, the Bucks. I'm sorry, the Bucks.
But you know, hey, why even name them right now? You know what I mean?
The Bucks. We'll see. Because
word on the street is Giannis is about to pull a Willis Reed.
He the threat of he has to be out there. If anybody's superstars, he's the one that has to play regardless of injury. He has to. He has to.
Nah. Middleton been balling.
Rest that leg.
Middleton's hot and cold.
We had the conversation about who's been Batman and who's been Robin. They've been taking turns with that Batman and Robin hat. So he has to play. Of all the stars, he has to play, because I don't think that team can move or create the way they play. Awesome defense. They're definitely a great defensive team, but without the freak, I don't know if that team can withstand a run and be able to come back from a run to be able to take a W. I don't know if they can do that.
Nah, rest his leg. He good. He good. He don't need to come back.
Sit out the rest of the season. Says the Hawks fan.
Sit out the rest of the season, man. We want to make sure your health is good, going to next year.
You basically tell him to stay out for 2 games.
Right.
I'm just saying. I told y'all, man, if Trae Young gets some help, he'll be all right. I still say we a player short. I mean, I like Lemon Pepper Lou. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you come to ATL, you gotta have the wings. It's a must. If you ain't had ATL wings, you ain't had no wings. But anyway, Lemon Pepper Lou is, all of them are good, man. We got a nice little young team, but we need somebody to just help out. Capella's been great. I appreciate Houston for that.
No doubt.
What about Red Velvet or Kayvon?
Hey, man. I the only thing I look at when I see this team a lot of time, I be like, man, I'm surprised ain't nobody talk about the Wonder Breads that we got out there shooting that ball.
Hey, Herder be hurting them.
Because our team, we got a lot of Wonder Bread slices.
When the t-shirt come out,
Herder
be hurting them.
Herder wear wave cap.
Or Donovan.
So it's over for the league.
He taking over for DiVincenzo.
They have one star. They have one star and a bunch of role players, and they're just playing their role, man. Everybody's playing. Nobody's getting out their role. Everybody's doing their job, and they're showing. And that last game without Trae Young, I refuse to call him Ice Trae. Without Trae Young, I think I ain't calling no grown man Ice Trae. I'm just not gonna do it.
I call him Trey TL.
I call him that now. I take that, BTG.
I call him Trey DeBarge.
But
I take that too. I ain't calling no big grown.
The main thing we forgetting though, when them Hawks put on that MLK jersey, they're a whole different team. I don't know what it is about it, but when they wear that MLK, that black, they're a whole different team. The fans were asking them to wear that because the Hawks Nation had sent out. I tell you what uniform y'all want.
I tell you one thing.
They lost that game 6 wearing that jersey.
Listen,
I know, but they different team though.
I'll tell you one thing about you. Atlanta needs to keep all the Atlanta natives, the superstars, out of the stadium. Because see, like every time y'all in the stadium, whether it be Atlanta versus New England, they're jinx. They jinx y'all.
Oh, there you go.
They jinx y'all. I'm just telling you, they just jinx y'all. I gotta bring that up as much as I can bring it up. But keep them out the stadium. Let them be go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch the game or something because they jinx y'all.
They said when Herder put on his MLK jersey that they call him white chocolate.
No, red velvet.
No, we're not gonna disrespect him like that. There's only one white chocolate in this world.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We ain't gonna give him that. He can't take that moniker.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he got red velvet.
Red velvet.
Red velvet. Hey, red velvet ain't nothing but red chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
He wearing wave caps and eating lemon pepper wings. So he's with us.
Nah, he's not red velvet. He's what is that, velvet?
Him and my boy over there in Miami, if they both walk in and slap your girl, but what you gonna do besides beat their ass first?
Tyler Hero.
Oh, Hero?
Tyler Hero. Both of them walk in the club at the same time, it's over.
No, Tyler Hero got hurt. He not the man no more. Yeah. Red Velvet done took over for him.
Next topic.
Yeah, our last final topic is boxing. Last fight, Davis versus Barreras. It was
what I want to talk about. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so apparently I guess no one saw the fight.
I watched it.
It was actually a good fight, Tank Davis came out victorious. You know what I'm saying? Put that boy, man, he put in that work. Go ahead, Goldie. You are a boxing expert.
In the group chats, everybody was on my neck behind this fight. It doesn't seem like a lot of people want to give Tank his just due.
Nope.
For him to go from 3 weight classes, shouts out to my boy Ant. It is what it is, bro. He went up 3 weight classes, whether you believe it or not. And for him to go and do that when every other boxer does the same thing, trying to get that pound for pound champion, to be that be respected as a pound for pound champion, he's doing what he's supposed to do, And for him to go up 3 weight classes, it's phenomenal. Now there's some fights that he has ducked and dodged, and he has to get into the ring with a notable. I think if he fights a notable, somebody that's well known in the boxing industry, I think then he'll get his credit. But for what he's doing, for the knockout power this young man has, and for him to be so small, because that guy was towering over him, and for him to do what he did, you gotta give him his credit, man. He definitely held his own last Saturday night.
It's hard to get those fights because of these promoters now. You know what I'm saying? My boxer can only fight every 2 years, and then they need a warm-up fight. So if you want to fight me, maybe in 5 years we can talk.
Right.
Didn't he have a domestic dispute?
Don't they all?
Apparently so.
See how that
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
This ain't that. We ain't ESPN.
Right. We just gonna do that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't do that in Ballas Union.
Yeah, we look out for our own.
We look out for our own, CP. I mean, BTG.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? With that, let's go. We're on the 2-minute warning.
Hold up.
Okay, where you want to go?
Hold up. We got to discuss the monumental ruling by the Supreme Court.
Lakers.
Oh, that was going to be my 2-minute warning.
Oh, but I want us to discuss that. I want us to talk about that a little bit. I wanted to pass that around the room a little bit.
The NCAA allowing student athletes to basically they could get endorsement or make money off their likeness.
They at Target right now spending that whole bag they just got from the coach. Okay? Lemon pepper wings galore in that dorm room.
Flip-flops everywhere.
Oh, man, they got Gucci flip-flops all over the place. PlayStation. This is why I can't get a PlayStation 5 now, because Duke and UK got all of them.
And they deserve it, man. They deserve it.
Oh, shoot.
I'm glad it was worded the way it was worded, that if it was – I was watching – I can't remember who I was watching, but they said it the best way that they can possibly say it. This is the only industry of all industry where a hospital can't tell a doctor he can't make X amount of money because we need to keep all the money. This is the only industry where this happens. So for them to rule this way, I want them to make all the money that they can possibly make. If they can get it, your neighborhood, Buffalo Wild Wings or Subway, whatever it may be, go get that bag because they deserve it, man. We talking about $1 billion industry and they make $0. So this was monumental, man. And for us to be 80-90% of us, we came up, man. We finally won one, man.
And watch how we about to milk it. So all you and let me do the top 15 of every position in every sport. Holla at me. I'm gonna make merch. Let's go 50-50.
50-50, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, part of my 2-minute warning was we're already in it. Is Master P said he got his son a $2 million endorsement deal before this was even passed. He was talking about this like a couple months ago.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it. So now, like, now imagine being a college player, like, man, $2 million, like, you know what I'm saying? Now I don't have to play for Duke.
I believe Master P's got a goddamn endorsement deal for one of them goddamn shoe companies. Shit, as a player.
Right.
He's not even a player.
True.
This is true. So with that, like, stuff like that now, you don't have to play for Duke, you know what I'm saying, to get noticed. Now you can go to a small college, boost up your stats, sell your likeness.
And I'm gonna go further than that. I'm going to say the NCAA is not going to stop. They're gonna figure out something else too. They're gonna figure out some more perks because a lot of these kids are getting whiff of that overseas. A lot of kids don't even want to go to college. They're not even talking college anymore. And AAU is bigger than high school basketball right now.
Yes, sir.
They're not just having these D1 coaches come into these tournaments and sitting there anymore. They got professional coaches and scouters out of the country that's coming in the city because we're at.
Let's not get it twisted, BTG. Let's not get it twisted. This is old. This is old. If you go overseas, they already identified this kid is not a rocket scientist. He's a hooper. So we're going to put him in an academy so he can learn how to play basketball and be the best basketball player he can possibly be.
Yep, Luka.
This is nothing new. This is just America trying to pigeonhole this. You use this word amateurism as a way to just keep some type of strong arm in these kids from making money, man. You see Jalen Green. He did phenomenal against grown men in the G League. It's inevitable, man. I'm so happy, man, for all that we haven't won socially. This is definitely one that they can't deny us from this. They can't deny this one. This is bigger than Juneteenth, man. This is bigger than Juneteenth. So hats off to them, man. I hope they continue. I hope they get these $1 million endorsement deals. Go get everything, man. Whatever they want you to endorse, go endorse it and make some bread off of it, man. Because y'all deserve it. Them kids deserve it.
Yep.
Right.
True.
Then they're gonna bring up like, why did you endorse that company? The CEO doesn't like, I don't know, Pride Month or something.
You know they're gonna try to move the goalposts. Mm-hmm. But at this point in time, this is a true win for black folks. Go ahead, take this one and run with it, man.
It's not the biggest one, but I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and round it. BTG, got any closing remarks?
Yeah, we got a sports writer out here by the name of Bill Plaschke. Claims to be a Laker fan, but he recently wrote, a small little column and got on the radio and said Laker fans should go ahead and cheer for the Clippers.
Ooh.
Wow.
So I said this. I said no. Just no. And to be honest with you, it's not. This is the thing. Some Laker fans do actually root for the Clippers to be good, to be great, but they even fail them. How you fail another fan base that's basically a rival to you? Technically, there's not a rivalry, but we let it roll. The thing is, Bill Plaschke, I'm talking straight to you. I know you're gonna listen to the show. You do all the time. It doesn't work like that. You don't have cats from Green Bay saying, you know what, Chicago's in the Super Bowl, let's root for them. No, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? CP, you're not about to root for nobody in your division, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't think GeauxDee ever in his life, in his young life, has he said, you know what, I hope Alabama takes it this year.
Oh hell no!
Am I right?
Oh hell no!
Am I right?
And
So-
definitely not them Falcons.
Okay, so and look, I go as far. Alabama versus LSU is a by far way more competitive rivalry between these two LA teams.
Yeah,
You know
tired
what I
of
mean?
winning.
So no, we're not going to do that. We're going to
She said
root
we're
for
not gonna do that.
we're going to root for our Cali-born players, and even the cats that's not from Cali. There's a lot of cats. I actually like the players on the Clipper team. I just don't like y'all colors. I don't like y'all organization. I don't even like the way y'all spell the word Clippers. You know what I mean? So no, we're going to root for the individual players. I hope y'all beat the Suns, go to the finals, and get swept in 3.
Hey, how they supposed to spell
3?
Clippers?
We ain't gonna cancel another game.
How do you spell Clippers?
No, they spell it the right way. I just don't like the way they spell it.
That's just true ball. I can't stand them.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Hey, it don't make no sense. It's just like when white people say, "I don't like black people." Why? Because they black.
Hey, you can take the E and the R off and just CLIPPA.
You know what,
Clippers.
Smash? That's why I roll with you, because it is the ER. I have something with ER being at the end of a word. That's what it is. That's where it is. See, it had to be my southern brother to figure it out. It's the ER. Hey, you're right, Smash. If it was Clip Us, you know what, Smash? Free shirt on you. For figuring out the racism between the rivalry. There it is.
Right. Hey, I don't like those people. You can't have those people on the court with you.
Wow, yo,
Oh,
Smash third eye is so open right now.
Right.
This is crazy.
Hey, Spash, you got any false facts?
man, I ain't got no false facts today, but I will say, hey, y'all talked about it earlier, Master P. Hey, go and let him coach them Pelicans, man. I mean, you can't do no worse. So go and let him coach.
No,
I'm down for you, P.
no.
Hey, P had a song. I'm down for my niggas. You know?
No, Smash.
I'm down with P.
Smash against somewhere, yo.
No.
If Donald Trump, I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
No.
At least give us one. Just give us one chance.
Just
No.
one.
The New Orleans Moniati.
Right. He gonna have the uniform. He gonna be wearing Peter print uniform. No.
Every home game gonna have vintage, no limit music playing.
Hey,
it's gonna be a concert / game.
I would
the
be
floor
cool
gonna
with
be
that.
camouflage.
I would be cool with that. If they rolled the tank out there.
I love Master P. I love Master P to death. Be a supporter. We just don't need you as the coach. No.
Yo, if the team gets sponsored by P. Miller, oh my God.
Yeah, if they had a little tank on the jersey.
They got rap snacks, ice cream,
and free scholarship to that college that no one goes to.
ICD college.
His brand of ramen
ICDC.
noodles. No, man, no.
And what if they had like a little, you know how the Raiders got the black hole? What if they had like the tank section?
I would be there. I would go. I love No Limit.
I love me some No Limit.
BTG,
I love me some Master P, but no.
Go on and make the shirts. Let P coach. Go on and make the
Let
shirts.
P coach. And then I'm gonna put on it. I thought I told you.
Oh man. Yeah,
that's how his halftime speech gonna go. And then one last shout out to CP for dropping them bars with Captain Planet in the heart. Man, you dropping bars, man.
Yeah, that's vintage right there.
Because I thought CP was Captain Planet. You said CP. I thought it was for Captain Planet.
You stupid. You so stupid. There's a lot of CPs out there, man. There's a lot.
And I didn't know you were talking about
like you. Not like you. You different.
I'll take that.
You CP from Detroit. That's crazy. You made it.
You made it.
GeauxDee.
I love that rivalry. I'm not buying this amateurism, man. This amateurism label has finally been taken down. They're throwing it out the window. I'm so happy for my own selfish reasons. 2023, we're gonna get some college football back. With this ruling, these kids get a chance to cut them a check, get them a check, so that they can be in the game and we can get it back, man. So NCAA, it's crumbling. It's crumbling. Take them down, and hopefully that we can take this from the sports world and bring it to our normal world and understand that we need to have a chance to be great. So let us be great, man. Give us opportunity to be great.
CP, any thoughts?
Probably, but I will say this: since the world is opening back up and we're getting out here to this world and we're supporting all these players and we're supporting all these stadiums and going back to games, don't forget to make a visit to some sort of black school, whether it's for yourself, for your family, or supporting those players too, because we're not getting all that COVID money back. We're not getting a lot of these scholarships back. Um, and there's a lot of good things happening. Not only from my own, since we putting out Olympians, we'll see y'all on the track, but all around. So make sure that you support and invest in black colleges in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't have to be financially, could be your time, could be your presence, could be sharing the message of history. Not saying you got to put somebody in college, but just recognize a group of people doing good things. And then tune into the Olympics so you can see the Aggies of North Carolina A&T burn up the track. Aggie pride. Let's go.
Right.
I like it. I like
That's
it.
what's up.
Yep. Yeah, and on that, we're out.
Peace, man.